ako'y tumitindig, simpleng adhikain, maitawid ang panukalang ito. Bitbit ang lampara, ang maliit na tanglaw ng pag-asa, dala ang lambat ng pangangatwiran na umaasang makakuha ng suporta at higit sa lahat, ako ay lula ng isang bangka. Bangkang tinatawag nating committee chair, chairmanship na inaalog at hinahampas ng malalaking alon ng politika. Ngunit hindi bale na yun. Kahit pa mapanganib na itaob ang aking bangka sa gitna ng lawat o di naman ng kaya, may mang-aagaw ng aking aanihin sa pakikipagsapalaran ito, hindi bale na gayunpaman tulad ng isang mangingisdang Pilipino, papalaot tayo, magtatrabaho na lang at uuwing may huli para sa bayan. At hindi ba't nakakalungkot na bukod sa katotohanan tayo ay napapaligiran ng mga anyong tubig, hindi natin napapakinabangan ang likas na yaman nito. At kung gaano kayaman ng karagatan ay gano'n na lang din ang kahirapan ng mga mangingisdang Pilipino. Biktima na nga ng daluyong, alon, mapanganib na panahon, hindi nalalaman kung paano nila responsableng mapakikinabangan ang likas na yaman, matagal nang nakalaan para sa kanila, para sa ating dito sa Pilipinas. Today, Mr. President and my dear colleagues, I submit to our Chamber Committee Report number 1, sponsoring Senate Resolution number 127, the resolution concurring in the ratification of the agreement under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea on the conservation and the sustainable use of marine biological diversity of areas beyond national jurisdiction. This agreement, better known as Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction, or BBNJ Agreement, is the first treaty to protect the world's high seas and the third agreement intended to implement the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Seas, or UNCLOS. After almost 2 decades of negotiation, the international community in 2023 finally adopted a legally binding framework to protect and sustainably manage marine diversity in areas that lie beyond their national jurisdiction. Note, this is neither the nation's contiguous waters nor their exclusive economic zones, but rather those vast high seas and deep sea areas that cover nearly 2/3 of the planet. For the Philippine archipelago straddles not merely the much controverted China Sea, our West Philippine Sea, but also the vastness of the Great Pacific Ocean on our eastern seaboard. The BBNJ joins the ranks of 2 earlier landmark agreements. First, the agreement addressing the exploration and exploitation of mineral resources in the international seabed, and second, UN Fish Stocks Agreement providing for the management of straddling and migratory fish stocks. The BBNJ stands on 4 main pillars of activity. First, it covers marine genetic resources, ensuring that all scientific data, including digital sequencing and DNA information, as well as the financial gains derived from these marine genetic resources, are to be shared fairly and equitably among states. The Philippines, with our very scarce research funding, will thus gain access to the latest and most comprehensive marine databases, advanced oceanographic technology, as well as gain open access to the research institutions of developed countries, in addition to those of our neighbors with comparable conditions to the Philippines. Kung may kumakalap o gumagamit ng DNA o genetic material, pantay-pantay ang hatian ng benepisyo sa ilalim ng BBNJ. Walang monopolyo sa dagat, walang gahaman, walang iwanan. The second pillar of this treaty concerns area-based management tools, including marine protected areas, a topic that caused much consternation following China's announcement last week that it was setting up a 3,500-hectare nature reserve in Huangyan Island. Now, note that this is our Scarborough Shoal. Since proposals will, through the BBNJ, be subjected to both scientific review and wide consultation among signatories and their own stakeholders, not merely government, but scientists, IPs, local coastal communities, the BBNJ will provide another platform for the Philippines to be heard and, yes, to push back diplomatically, legally, against those who are incursing into our shores and our maritime territories. Necessarily, marine protected areas will also provide an experimental training ground for Filipino biologists, oceanographers, and fishermen to upskill our country to international standards. Thirdly, this treaty will require environmental impact assessments, or EIAs, for activities, even in waters under a state's jurisdiction or control that may nevertheless affect high seas or the deep seabed. For example, it will prevent and vow to mitigate the impact of exploitation of marine genetic resources, gas exploration underwater, submarine cables, or other activities with transboundary effects. Public notification, consultation of concerned governments, private sector, and even IPs will be undertaken in addition to preparing publicly available reports. The BBNJ's fourth pillar involves capacity building and technology transfer, providing access to scientific knowledge, the sharing of marine technology, training, and technical operation in order that all nations, especially particularly developing ones, can participate in global ocean governance. Finally, the treaty established both a voluntary trust fund and a special fund, also offering the Global Environment Facility, or GEF, granting funding for biodiversity projects, climate, and international water initiatives. Maliit man tayong bansa, mahigit 1,115,000 Pilipinong umaasa lamang sa pangingisda. Sila at pinakadukha nating mga kababayan. 27.4% sa kanila ay nananatili pa rin sa ilalim ng poverty line. Sana'y mabiyayaan sa wakas ang mandaragat na maliliit. At ang agos ng pondo mula sa Global Environmental Facility o GEF, itong mga bagong voluntary trust fund at special fund ay sa wakas umabot na rin sa kanila. Access to international funding will provide Filipino fisherfolk with retraining, fresh capital, and new technology, as well as direct employment. Marine diversity projects in the Philippines will not only protect the sustainability of their livelihoods, but more importantly, make us true stewards of the ocean's resources for generations to come. At last, Filipino scientists and students will gain access to digital sequence information and state-of-the-art marine technology, all critical for innovations in medicine, biotech, cosmetics, and agriculture, enabling the discovery of new drugs, vaccines, and bio-based products. The Philippines was among the first signatories of the BBNJ in 2023. Let us hurry today to join the first 60 signatories who will determine, upon the immediate convening of the Conference of Parties, the policies, rules, guidelines, and even the appointment of officials who will implement the BBNJ. Tunay ng tayo ngayon ay nalukuban ng isang malakas na bagyo. Madilim ang kalangitan ng ating bansa. Ang mga Pilipino, 3G na. Gising, galit, gutom. Gising na sa katiwalian, galit sa buwaya, gutom sa hustisya. Ngunit narito tayo para sa kanila, patuloy na naghahanap ng solusyon. Ay may solusyon sana. Para sa ating maliliit na mangingisda, sa mga dalubhas at mag-aaral ng ating yaman dagat, para ipagtanggol ang ating karagatan at soberanya, para sa bayan, hinihiling ko po ang inyong pagsangguni sa BBNJ under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, on the conservation and sustainable use of marine biological diversity of areas beyond national jurisdiction. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President at mga mahal kong mga kapwa-senador. 100 araw na lamang at magpapasko na. 100 days before Christmas. Handugan natin ang biyaya ang ating mga pobreng mangingisda. Salamat po.
Majority Leader.
Yes, and to continue sponsoring the measure, to co-sponsor the measure, Mr. President, may we recognize Senator Erwin Tulfo.
Senator Erwin Tulfo is recognized.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I rise today to co-sponsor the Senate's concurrence in the agreement under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea on the conservation and sustainable use of marine biological diversity of areas beyond national jurisdiction, or commonly known as BBNJ agreement. During our Committee on Foreign Relations hearing, we'll listen to experts and stakeholders who carefully explain the great promise this agreement holds for our nation and for all Filipinos. It strengthens our long-standing commitment to protect the seas, which have sustained our archipelago for centuries. The BBNJ agreement rests on four essential pillars, Mr. President. First, marine genetic resources, including the fair and equitable sharing of benefits, will ensure discoveries and advances drawn from riches of marine life will not remain in the hands of a few powerful states or corporations, but will instead redound to the benefit of all humankind, including developing nations like ours. Second, measures such as area-based management tools, including marine protected areas, will help guarantee that our oceans remain productive, diverse, and resilient against the threats of overfishing, pollution, and climate change. Number three, environmental impact assessments will enable us to hold activities in high seas accountable for their consequences and prevent irreversible harm before it is too late, Mr. President. Fourth, capacity building and the transfer of marine technology are provisions that hold particular value for our country, like the Philippines. These promises, Mr. President, not only new scientific knowledge and access to cutting-edge tools, but also the training of our experts so that we may fully participate in the stewardship of the global commons. Mr. President, the concurrence to the BBNJ agreement is not merely about international obligations. It is about ensuring that Filipino people, our fisher folk, our coastal communities, our scientists, and even our youth will have a stake and share in the benefits that this historic treaty seeks to protect and distribute. We are all hopeful that even ordinary citizens will one day feel its impact, whether in the form of sustainable livelihood, a healthier marine environment, or access to innovations made possible by global cooperation. Thank you, Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, next to co-sponsor the measure is no other than Senator Lauren Legarda.
Senator Lauren Legarda is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. At the outset, I'd like to thank the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee, Senator Amy Marcos, for hearing this and realizing the importance of concurring in its ratification within the month of September. So with their permission, I would like to co-sponsor the measure. The areas beyond national jurisdiction, or the high seas, cover half of our planet's surface and comprise 2/3 of the global ocean. These boundless waters are inseparably tied to the health of all seas, including our own coasts. Once dismissed as barren, the high seas are now recognized as one of the greatest reservoirs of biodiversity on Earth. They are a treasure trove of marine life, sustain livelihoods, secure our food supply, and anchor the balance of life itself. Migratory giants such as whales, tunas, and sharks traverse these waters, while other species thrive entirely in the depths, living and breeding along submerged mountain ranges. These ecosystems, some as ancient as time itself, hold secrets that could yield life-saving medicines and deepen our understanding of the Earth's biodiversity. And yet, while humankind has walked on the moon, only a fraction of the deep seabed has been explored. Millions of species remain undiscovered. Their existence and perhaps their cures for humanity's gravest illnesses hidden in the deep. The high seas are also our biggest ally against climate change, from the smallest plankton to vast carbon stores in our seabeds. These waters regulate the Earth's climate, an economic worth estimated at up to $222 billion each year. Yet tragically, they remain the least protected area on our planet. For an archipelagic state like the Philippines, the stakes could not be higher. The decline of ocean health impacts our coastal communities, threatening livelihoods, food security, and resilience. Becoming a party to the BBNJ agreement will bring profound benefits to our nation. It will safeguard our migratory fish vital to our fisheries, ensuring recovery and replenishment for future generations. It will also empower our marine scientists, opening pathways to advanced tools, modern research expeditions, and global collaboration. Through capacity building and technology transfer, the Philippines can become a regional hub of marine science, capable of exploring our deep sea frontiers, protecting our national heritage, and contributing to humanity's shared stewardship of our seas. But beyond science and economy, this agreement is about principle. It is an affirmation of a rules-based international order governed by the UNCLOS as the Constitution of the Oceans. While it does not directly address maritime boundary disputes, the BBNJ agreement reinforces the legitimacy of the dispute settlement regime under UNCLOS, including our 2016 South China Sea Arbitral Award won by the Philippines. Colleagues, this is a once-in-a-generation opportunity to shape the governance of the high seas. For more than 2 decades, the Philippines has been engaged in this treaty process, advocating not only for its national interest, but for humanity's collective aspiration to preserve and protect the marine environment. Now, as the agreement nears its entry into force, it is imperative that the voice of over 112 million Filipinos be present and heard when the crucial first conference of the parties is convened. And I hope that the Philippines is one of the first 50 or 60 to accede or to concur in the ratification of the agreement. Thank you, Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
President, is our good gentleman from Nueva Ecija, Camarines Norte, and the Republic of the Philippines, no other than Senator Robin Hood Padilla.
Senator Robin Padilla is recognized.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ako po ay buong puso na nakikiisa bilang co-sponsor ng resolusyong ito na nagbibigay ng concurrence sa Senado sa agreement po ng under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea on the Conservation and Sustainable Use of Marine Biological Diversity of Areas Beyond National Jurisdiction o tinatawag po na BBNJ Agreement. Mga kasama, tayo po ay isang arkipelago. Ang ating pong pagkatao, ang ating kabuhayan, ang ating kinabukasan ay nakaugnay po sa dagat. Kapag maayos ang ating dagat, maayos ang ating buhay. Kapag sinira po ang karagatan, tayo rin po ang mawawalan. Kaya't ang kasunduang ito ay hindi lamang teknikal na usapin. Ito'y usapin ng ating self-sustainment bilang isang bansang nakatanaw sa dagat. Ang BBNJ Agreement ay mahalaga sa 3 dahilan. Una, pinatitibay nito ang ating paninindigan sa UNCLOS, ang parehong batas na naging sandigan natin sa West Philippine Sea. Sa pamamagitan ng kasunduang ito, muling ipinapakita ng Pilipinas na tayo po ay naninindigan para sa rule of law sa karagatan. Ikalawa, ipinagtatanggol po nito ang ating yaman dagat. kasama sa kasunduan ang makatarungang pagbabahagi ng benepisyo mula sa marine genetic resources, pagtatag ng marine protected areas, at masusing environmental impact assessments. Ito'y malinaw na depensa laban sa pang-aabuso at pagsasamantala sa ating karagatan. Ikatlo, binibigyan nito ng kakayahan ang mga bansang tulad ng Pilipinas, ang mga bansang umaasa sa dagat na magkaroon ng kapasidad at teknolohiyang pangangalaga sa ating yamang dagat. Hindi po tayo maiiwan. May bahagi tayo, may tinig tayo, may lakas tayo. Ginoong Pangulo, para itong ating pamana po sa susunod na henerasyon. Ang pagpirma natin dito ay paglalagay ng bantayog na nasagsasabing ang karagatan ay buhay at ito'y ating ipaglalaban at pangangalagaan. Kaya't buong puso ko pong sinusuportahan ang resolusyong ito. Sa pamamagitan ng concurrence ng Senado, ipinapakita ng Pilipinas na tayo ay handang makiisa sa mundo para ipagtanggol ang mga karagatan at handang ipaglaban ang ating sariling karapatan at soberenya. Maraming salamat po.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, no other member wishes to sponsor the measure. I move that we suspend consideration of. Sorry? May I ask for a minute suspension, Mr. President?
All right, 1 minute suspension.